Lights action. Same starting five for the Knicks. Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, R.J. Barrett, Julius, and Mitchell Robinson. Both teams came out of the gates a little bit slow in terms of trying to make baskets. It would be a precursor to what we saw for the entire 12 minutes, but a little over a minute and a half into tonight's festivities, the Knicks get on the board first, courtesy of Mitchell Robinson.
Green's pass tipped and stolen off the third Rockets turnover. Fournier to Robinson. Knicks settle half court left. Now it's Walker. Stutter step to a rolling Robinson in front of the rim. Big extension and the jam. And the Knicks are finally on the board.
Finally on the board, out 2-0 there, but really slow footing out of the gates. Knicks were just 3 for their first 16 from the floor, 2 of 9 from beyond the arc. But Evan Fournier, who had been scuffling coming into tonight, just 19 points combined in the previous 4 outings, tried to get going early from beyond the arc.
Knicks with the ball down 9-8. Barrett saw spot of the zone in the paint. Little globy move to the corner for Walker. Right baseline drive. Flip for Randall. Up top Fournier. Straight on three. Is good. Rockets rotated well, but the Knicks with the extra pass, and Fournier drills it.
So that was an 11-9 Knicks lead with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Houston, however, would close on a 12-2 run. So we'd played 12 minutes, and the Rockets had a 21-13 lead at the end of one. Knicks did not even attempt a single free throw in that opening quarter, and Houston controlled the glass as well, 21-8 in the rebounding department, and no bench points for the New York Knickerbockers. So tough sledding in the opening quarter there for Tom Thibodeau's team. They will look to see if they could turn it around in quarter number 2. We mentioned no bench points in the opening quarter. Alec Burks tried to change that in a hurry.
Rose picked up his dribble. Finds Toppin in front of the left wing against K.J. Martin. Into the lane, nearly traveled. Deflected by Noel to Quickly. Guarded tightly in the corner. Finds Noel. Noel driving baseline to Burks. Fakes in the right corner. The jumper is good. And for now, it's a 3 for Alec Burks to beat the 24. Knicks within 7.
That was a 3 for Alec Burks, and that would actually be the only points that Burks would score in the first 3 quarters of this game. But if you listened, we'd hear a lot more from him in the final 12 minutes of play. Kemba Walker also trying to get his game going offensively. Went to the basket hard, and thankfully for the Knicks, survived an injury scare.
34-30 Rockets with the lead at the Garden. Here's Fournier between the rings. Off the Robinson screen going right. Fires to Walker. Near left corner. Randall for Walker. Give and go. Walker off the screen. Picked up his dribble. Randall now backing down Gordon. Up top for Walker. 4 to shoot. The drive, the scoop. It's good. Around and down off glass. And the foul. Up Kemba Walker's down with Tice. They don't call it. Knicks down 2.
Yeah, it took Kemba a while to get up. He was pounding the floor there, and thankfully he was A-OK, but Daniel Tice, the big guy, all the body weight landed on top of him there, but Kemba was able to shake it off and get back out there. So we had ourselves a 2-point ball game, 4 minutes to play there in the first half, and neither team had anyone in double figures yet. Points were tough to come by in this one, but the defensive identity still has to remain steadfast with the Knicks. That's what was still going on late in that quarter. Defense, though, into offense.
Eric Gordon between the legs. High right against Walker. Spins to Tice. Fake the corner 3. Goes baseline. Wraparound pass. Intercepted. Threw it right to Barrett. Barrett 1 against 3. Into the lane. Bullies his way through. And scores! Barrett with the scoop off glass. They were tied up at 38 at the Garden.
Knicks would try to close the first half with a fury. We heard from Evan Fournier in that first quarter. He had the 3-point stroke even working late into the second.
Randall back the other way for the Knicks.
It was a Jerry West.
Left side of the backboard at the NBA logo. Fournier right wing 3. It's good. Evan Fournier, no hesitation. He's got 11 points and 3 threes. Knicks up 47-42. Using a big Randall screen to knock it down. Knicks with their 4th of the quarter, 7th of the game.
Yeah, that's what you'd like to see from Evan Fournier. So the Knicks at that point had a biggest lead of 5. Houston would close the first half, though, on a 5-0 run, and we would be knotted up at intermission at 47 all. You heard us mention there with Ed Cohen and Brendan Brown. Mitchell Robinson, early into that second half, took an inadvertent shot to the nose, did not return, so the Knicks were going to have to play shorthanded the rest of the way. The Rockets got off to a quick start to begin the third. an 8-2 spurt for the Rockets, which caused Tom Thibodeau to burn an early timeout. Not too pleasing for him. And the Knicks were going to be down, of course, the presence of Mitchell Robinson. But the defensive intensity is what would get the Knicks back into this one. Kemba Walker on the defensive end to Evan Fournier and to R.J. Barrett on offense.
Walker at a good look, then swipes it from Tate. Knicks with the steal. Walker the bounce. Fournier up top for Noel to a back-cutting Fournier. Fake the corner three. Underneath for Barrett. The reverse is good. What a cut by Barrett. Fournier finds him, and the Knicks within 2 at 55-53.
So the Knicks would be within just a bucket there. Then a pair of three-pointers, one from Kemba Walker. Then Evan Fournier would give the Knicks the lead to 2. Then Julius Randle would take over for a bit with 5 consecutive points.
And now it's Randle. High left against Şengün. Takes him off the dribble. Finds Walker in the corner. Knicks with 5 to shoot. Randle probing from the top of the key. Jumper around and through for Julius Randle. He's got 13 points with 7 boards and 6 assists. Knicks by 5.
Knicks by 5, but they couldn't build on it at all. Evan Fournier moments later would convert a 3, making it a 5-point game again. But Houston kept chipping away. They would build a 4-point lead. Emmanuel quickly would have a 3-pointer, which would get it to within 1. However, the big guy for the Houston Rockets, Şengün, would call glass to give the Rockets a 4-point edge.
Final minute of the third. Knicks trailing 70-69. Augustine flicks it. Şengün open. Right arc 3. Off glass and good for the rookie from Turkey. And the Knicks trail by 4 in the final minute of the third.
Only 3-pointer he would attempt all night, and he banked that one in. So we'd have a 1-point game at the end of 3, 73-72. Still very much a ball game. And if the Knicks could maintain their edge defensively, you figure they'd still have a shot. Houston, remember, they commit the most turnovers in the NBA coming into this one tonight, averaging 18 a game. They already had 17 through 3 quarters, and the Knicks capitalized with 15 points off of the miscues. But the Rockets would try to add to that 1-point lead going into the fourth, and they were able to do so, going on a 5-0 spurt to begin the final frame.
Lob to the rim. Noel tipped it. Never got it, though. Rebound taken by Martin. Gets it back. Throws it up. Şengün running the floor with the alley-oop jam. And the Rockets, with 11:16 to go, lead the Knicks 78-72. And a quick timeout from Tom Thibodeau here at the Garden.
Yeah, just 44 seconds into that fourth quarter. Thibs had to burn a timeout, so the Rockets, a good start to the third, a good start to the fourth. Would the Knicks be able to recover? The answer, slowly but surely. Alec Burks would go ahead on the defensive end, cause a steal. Another turnover for the Rockets. Throw to Obi Toppin for an alley-oop jam, which would get the Garden crowd on its feet, cutting the deficit to just 1. Then Alec Burks, who we saw heating up here a little bit earlier in the quarter, would find the distance from downtown.
Burks at the midcourt logo with 8 points, some big buckets in the fourth quarter. Pull up for 3, knocks it down. Alec Burks delivers again. He's got 11, and the Knicks reclaim the lead at 84-82.
Go-ahead 3 for Alec Burks, 84-82. Knicks would then find themselves down a trifecta, but they would hang in there, of course, on defense. We mentioned Nerlens Noel, only 2 points offensively, but did a great job on the other end of the floor, and it was his play which led to a 3 down the other end to get this one square.
Under 6 to go at the Garden. Gordon doubled up top, finds a cutting Wood to the lane, blocked away by Noel. Rose the other way, finds Burks, one dribble, left wing 3, is good. Alec Burks delivers in the fourth. We're tied up at 89, and a timeout from the Rockets with 5:35 to go at a revved up Garden.
And when Alec Burks was not making 3-pointers, he was helping out on the other end of the floor, which he did here to lead to a big insurance 3-point field goal.
Burks guarding Gordon, brings it in the front court left. Burks poked it away, another steal for the Knicks. Odd man break, quickly waiting, right wing 3, nails it! Another great defensive play by Burks, quickly knocks it down, and the Knicks lead 95-91.
Off the turnover, getting points, Knicks by 4. Moments later, Burks would hit another 3 to put the Knicks up 5 with 3 minutes to play. Then again, stingy defense, Knicks trying to extend the lead, and Alec Burks would deliver the dagger.
Randall against Tice, moving right. Goes baseline, gets underneath. Randall, handoff to Burks. Nothing in the corner. Bounce to Randall, 4 to shoot. In the left corner, 2 to shoot. Finds Burks, deep straight on 3. Knocks it down! Another Burks three-pointer to beat the shot clock. Rescuing the Knicks in the fourth, up 101-93.
And that would be it. The final 106-99. The Knicks would hang on and win this one. 17 of Burks' team-high 20 coming in that fourth quarter. Fournier, 19 points. A nice bounce-back outing from him. Julius Randle, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. That close to a triple-double. And a good job by the Knickerbockers, too, with the free throw line this evening. You know, they didn't take any free throws in the